Hello and welcome to the Purgatorians cast interviews. In this series, you shall be able to find out more information about the cast, what other projects they are currently working on, as well as their views about the character and the show. Today, we have Jae Shinn, who voices Ivar Myles. Thanks, Jae, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me here. It's an honor.
What was your initial response when you read through the synopsis of the Purgatorians and the cast of characters involved?
I think what initially attracted me to auditioning for the Purgatorians was, one, it was originally intended to be an RPG. So when I thought about that in itself, I went, ooh, okay, that's kind of cool. And then when it was in this place called like Serentia, and it's just this gigantic, monolithic endeavor, at least creatively speaking. Because I mean, I don't know how much I can reveal, but I know from the plot synopsis and kind of things like that, there's corrupt governments and there's, evil council members, and it's so well lived in. I just feel like this is a world that I can jump into, at least my character, and kind of just give my best to make this world a little more lifelike, because it's an audio drama and it requires all of us to use our voice.
What can you tell us of the story of the show, the themes and such?
I cannot give anything away, right? Obviously, NDAs. However, the story's dark. The themes are obviously based in fantasy, but I want you to think about sadistic governments. I want you to think about a very dark story in a setting that can be very barbaric, but that has pockets of light hidden throughout it. And I think that's a very important thing to remember. I think this is a very tough story to digest, and I think you have to be of a strong stomach and a strong mind and to really appreciate the full glimpse of it, because it's a wide, overarching story that spanned for a long time, even before I signed on to this project, because I'm still learning more every day about this show, and just, oh my God, there's so much. And I think the people who invest the time into it will find a large amount of rewards here. And I said that earlier, and I mean this too, as far as the show. I get a gothic vibe to it. I don't know why, but I definitely get a gothic vibe, and I think that's the way it's written. I think that has to do with the characters and the way there's so much grit woven into them as characters, because they kind of feel like people.
In your opinion, why would people want to listen to this show? What would keep them coming back for the next episode?
When I auditioned for this show, like I was talking about earlier, it was a job and all that kind of stuff. But then after I read the script, it was really when I started reading the script and I saw this very well thought out, lived in world, and the characters felt real to me. And it didn't feel like I was reading just archetypes or things like that on a page and it's just dialogue. I feel like I'm reading a story about people that existed, and that's what struck me, and that's what I think is going to bring people into this show, new audience members, and I know it's going to bring people back. And I'm not saying people are going to stick around for my character, Ivar. Like, I can't spoil anything, but like, wow, maybe some people will, but everybody's going to find somebody that they can attach to in this show. I mean, it's very strong in that regard. So yeah, that's really what I think about that. It really comes down to the writing.
Why did you want to take part in such a large project?
I'm not really sure I thought about that when I auditioned for the Purgatorians, about being involved in such a large project with such a big ensemble cast and just so many cogs working in the motions. I never really even considered it. I saw a job, honestly, because I'm an actor and a voiceover talent, and it's a gig. But on the bright side here is that I really like the script initially, and to be a part of such a big project like this, and then to join the Discords and to see how big this really is, and to see what scale Paul, the creator, is taking on. It's just, I look back at this right now and go, if I give everything in my heart to this project now, in about 10 years later, I'm gonna look back on this project and I'm gonna be very proud of myself. And I really take that to heart, because I want to make this a good experience for everybody who works with me and for everybody who hears me, especially because it's such a big project. Like, a bigger project means more eyes and ears listening. So for me as an actor, it's just exciting. It's exciting to have such a net of people that come watch this humble little crazy audio drama.
Tell the viewer something about your character you are voicing.
Oh, Ivar. Ivar is a very, very, very stern man. He's a very aggressive guy. He's got a lot of anger issues, I think. He's a very, I don't like to say anger issues. I suppose he's like that for a reason. I know why. The audience, you will all find out in the future, but Ivar he's complicated. On the surface, he looks a little one-dimensional, but if you look a little deeper and you stick with him, there's some rewards there.
What do you feel will be the hardest part of bringing your character to life?
I think the hardest part about bringing Ivar to life is that I'm nothing like him. I guess is the best way I can describe it. I mean, he's a very tightly wound guy, and I'm not that tightly wound, not even in the slightest. I'm a lot more laid back in that regard, so the hardest part for me was finding that place in myself where I could kind of pull out this more aggressive, mean, nasty, older man type of sensibility than I generally walk around with on a day-to-day when I'm not acting. So, I mean, yeah, that's the hardest part. But other than that, I find him entertaining, and I think that's what attracts me to the role. You don't miss him when he's there. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's like he fills a room in a large amount of significant ways. I think that's what I like about him, is that he's very bold. And I like bold characters like that. I think they're compelling.
How much input do you have in the show? And does the creator of the show keep you informed about the decisions being made?
I don't really have a lot of input in this show. And it's not even because I don't have suggestions or I really don't have suggestions. I think it's a really well-written show, especially my character's concerned. So I would imagine, though, if I had a suggestion or I had an idea, like, hey, let me see if Homeboy tries this, or, let me see if Myles does this. I would imagine the creative people behind the show would at least hear me out. And if they said no, that's fine too. I'm not even asking for creative control. I understand what I'm doing here. I'm an actor. I'm here to bring the writer's words to life. So I would gather I have some creative input, but I haven't asked.
If your character is to die in the show, how would you want this to happen?
I would say, don't kill me. No, keep Ivar alive. Ivar, redemption arc. Season 89. Old man wearing a gesture hat, eating a burger. If I had the... No, I'm not answering this. No, keep me alive. What are you doing? No, Paul, don't kill me. Don't kill Ivar, Paul. Don't kill me.
If you could have chosen any character, male or female, who would it be and why?
Okay, I gotta answer this in like two ways, I think. Outside of acting, I'm a martial artist. I always have been since I was a kid. And when I was really little, I remember watching Fist of Fury and seeing Bruce Lee and just being amazed like everybody else was. Because at that time, like, no one was doing stuff like Bruce Lee. Pioneer. But that's another conversation. As a kid, if I could have been any character, male or female, I would have been Bruce Lee. There's something magnetic about the man, and it just, that's definitely, if I was a kid, Bruce Lee, 100%. And then as an adult, as an actor, if I look back and I go, all right, this sounds ridiculous, but for some reason, I always thought I would do really well as the octopus guy in Finding Dory, the Finding Nemo sequel. Just because I was watching and I'm going, oh, I could do that. I could be this octopus that doesn't have a tentacle and he's got anxiety about going out into the ocean and freaking out and kind of paranoid and grumpy. And I go, I can be prickly in real life sometimes, like everybody else. I could definitely pull that off. It'd be fun. So yeah, those would be the characters I would be if I could choose to be any. One as a child and one as an actor.
What inspired you to become a voice actor?
What inspired me to become a voice actor? I don't really have a cool story for this, unfortunately. I come from music and acting in general and a different area, right? Well, maybe not the acting, but I came from music originally. And I got a suggestion and kind of got talked into it by a producer who just wanted me to do some stuff on YouTube and some other voice acting stuff. And then I got a good gig over with the Liosax channel that's now defunct. It's Alvaro Calmet. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Shout out to my boy. I currently work with him on Solar Balls on the YouTube channel. Go check that out when you have a moment. And throughout that time, I've done animated projects like myself. So it's, regardless, suffice it to say, I've just kind of fell into it. I don't even know if I have a good voice for this. People just kind of said, yeah, no, we want you to do that. I'm just talking. They go, so what? Here, whatever, just read this. So I'm very lucky that I kind of fell into this gig, and ever since then, I've kind of gotten a little more aware of what this is as a job and what it takes and how to get involved with these projects and falling in love with these projects and these characters. It went from, I'll try this, like, oh yeah, this is cool, to, ooh, I really like this. Because I've never found an area where I can just sit there and really just dive into something. It's unlike anything else to become somebody else. It's mind-blowing.
Is this your first show, or have you done other voice acting projects?
No, this is not my first show. I am on a lot of other projects. Some of the ones I'm working on right now is an audio drama from Sharks and Kings Productions called Nexus. I'm currently working, I just did a video game called 4 Steps to Adventure, and that's a fantastic little piece. I just did a movie with Baeoni Ma, and directed by my good friend Tan, good Chinese group of people, love them. It was kind of fun being on an all-Asian cast, being Korean. And that movie was called Fireworks, and then I'm doing another one with them. I just got the script, actually, and I don't even know what that's called. That's still way in early production. But yeah, I stay busy, and outside of that, I do my own voice acting. I'm currently producing and directing and writing a animated gaming sitcom called Antinomy. And that's with my good buddy Matthew Bennett. He's a great writer. He comes from an video editor background, VFX background, keyframing animation. He's a really good talent. Great creature feature guy too. You should check him out.
Where can people find you if they are interested in your work and want to know more? or possibly hire you?
Well, like every good actor, I have social media, so you can follow me on Twitter at GameJ1. That's the number, not the word. I'm on Instagram over at GameJisSus with 2 S's in the sus because I'm sussy like that. And if you do want to hire me, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that for the interest. You can follow me, or not follow me, you can email me, rather, on my email. That's GameJisSus with the 2 S's, just like in my Instagram handle, at gmail.com. I also have a Discord. You can contact me at GameJ4147, I believe, is the number. And that's the old way Discord did things, but like I've always sent that out for people who are interested in hiring me, and it's always worked for the people who use Discord. It's perfectly fine. I am on Spotify because I do make music, and I just released a song with a good producer named Abrigo, and the song's called Get Ready, and that's available on Spotify. Just search Game J on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, iTunes, all those streaming platforms. I'm on there. I'm there somewhere. So yeah, that's where you can get a hold of me.
Imagine you are your character. Any final words from them to the viewers?
This is Stairkeeper General Ivar Myles, and I want every single one of you to tune in to the Purgatorians. And remember, no exposing yourself in public.
Thank you, Jay, for joining us, and I wish you and your character every success in both the show and your future roles.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here.
If you at home would like to take a look at the other projects Jae Shinn has worked on, is currently working on, and for any further information, please check the description of the video. If you're looking forward to the start of the show, and this has piqued your interest, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to let us know. Next week we have Patrick Allen joining us, who voices Johnny Jardine, to give us their opinions on their character, the show, and other projects they have worked on. I hope you will join us. Until then, goodbye.